Welcome to the Flower Prophecies, a podcast exploring all things flower essences and remedies and flower therapy, and how this vibrational plant medicine has the potential to heal and shift our individual and collective health and consciousness. We'll be diving deep into the specifics of individual essences, nature's energetics, emotional healing and growth, as well as hearing client case studies, hosting special guests and professionals, and I'll be sharing my own personal explorations and philosophies channeled straight from the flowers. Through my own unearthing, I have discovered what I believe to be the most profound teaching of the flowers, and I now wish to share with you the practice of alchemizing fear into beauty. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Flower Prophecies. I hope you all enjoyed the episode last week with Eva. I loved sharing that and I loved speaking with her, and I think it's such a beautiful way to see and witness and hear how the flowers can work for us and how they can unfold. And while her own journey with them was quite profound and quite, unique. Yeah, they are unique, so they're not all going to be the same. Each of us has a very different path and many different lessons and many different teachings, and yeah, so while it's such a beautiful kind of experience of hers to share, it gives you the opportunity to see that power and see that magic that they hold to transform our lives and to shift and allow us to evolve in our own unique way. So it's going to be very different for every single person. So in saying that, this week is actually going to be a bit of a shorter episode. I wanted to share with everyone the direction that I'm taking my work now. Some of you may have seen I have added a new offering or offerings to my work, and I am removing some of my old offerings. And I just want to share, I guess, a little bit about my journey up to this point that was very much guided by the flowers themselves. So when I began working with the flowers to facilitate healing for others, from the very first moment I felt this pull towards working with them. So that's before I started. It was when I just sort of learnt how they were working, how they did work. It was, I guess, a very eye-opening aha moment for me. At the time, I sort of knew I had been searching for something in the realm of working with nature and healing. I was looking into herbalism and getting really sort of into herbalism, but I knew there was something else there, and it wasn't until I kind of gave flowers and the flower essences my full attention, or gave them some closer attention, that I really heard their call, and it was quite loud and obvious at the very beginning. And since that moment, it hasn't really unfolded one bit how I anticipated it would. I seem to now have arrived, although we've never really arrived anywhere, and that's something that I've learnt through them as well. But at this current sort of moment in space and in time that I'm able to reflect on this journey that I've been through over the past few years, and kind of why it has unfolded to how it has. I'm sure in another few years' time, I'll be adding to this and saying this is why I see it's unfolded in this way again. But for now, at this place that I'm in, I feel like, I've kind of moved through a lot of stuff to get here, and there's kind of this moment of clarity where I am. So I would say the last few years have been somewhat of an initiation into the world of flower essences and into working with this medicine in this way. I think at the very beginning I saw what the flower essences were, and I guess their potential as an opportunity of, I guess, the future that I could build with them. So I felt really called by them, but I guess in the beginning I had been searching so hard for the thing that my mind instantly took me to the business that I could create with them. And like I said, the journey after that has been anything but what I would have imagined. It's been almost like this ever-flowing, shifting, moving and sort of molding me nudge by nudge from the universe and the flowers and from my higher self into the place and the space where I was meant to land to then move forward. So I was speaking to someone recently about my work with the flowers and the time since beginning to study the flowers, and how I really was a completely different person then to what I am now. And obviously most of us change and evolve somewhat over a period of a few years, sure. Though I do feel like that I have moved through kind of like decades, I would say, of transformation in a relatively short period of a few years. And, people in my outside world can probably perceive this shift and this change and growth to somewhat of a sort of point, but I think most of that is how I feel inwardly and how, my inner self feels. So since sort of starting to study and work with the flowers, I guess I have moved into an alignment of what I see as my soul's evolution. So it's kind of like a clarity, I would say, of my destiny, although not like a certainty or a control over this or a picture of how I see it playing out, but more an openness of how it is that my destiny kind of would feel like and the sort of states that I would be living from. So I formed a relationship not only to the flowers within this medicine I'm working with, but also the flowers around me in my environment, the plants around me, and just all of nature. I have attuned myself to their messages and to the language that they're speaking through me and to me. And this has been sort of one of the more profound and, I guess, beautiful aspects of what I've been through is this deepened connection into not only hearing them and listening to them, but into trusting myself and trusting that I'm capable of that connection and that reconnection and remembering that. I think we get so pushed out of this belief in self and this knowing and trust that we are kind of a part of everything, that so much doubt plays into our beings to the point that we just kind of cast aside the notion that we'd ever be able to kind of connect back in that way. So I think that's been one of my sort of favorite parts of this whole journey with the flowers, is the ability to know that I can hear what they are sharing with me and what nature is sharing with me, because I guess it's kind of what I'm sharing with myself, because I am nature and so we all are. So I'm so aware now of this kind of interconnectedness with nature that I just spoke of, and with with everyone out there, with all of you. And through the teachings of my mentors and the flowers themselves, I've experimented, I have witnessed, I have observed, I have shape-shifted, I have grown, and I have evolved, and I have allowed myself to flow to a place of where I am now, where I can sort of reflect on it all and on who I am today and how I feel in this life, and just now how I know that I can guide others through this same initiation that I've just been through. And yeah, this is very clear to me now that this is something that I'm here to offer and mentor others through. So I can now introduce people not only to the flowers and to this medicine, but to the journey of meeting themselves, to attuning to their soul's evolution, to their unique learnings and the language the flowers are offering them in particular. So the clients that I've worked with over the last 2 years, while I myself have been moving along this passage, by the way, they have taught me my strengths and my gifts, and they have taught me where I need to move to, and really they have directed the trajectory for this new space that I'll be flowing from. So I just want to express my gratitude to the clients that I have had up until now, because this has really allowed me to see, just what lights me up in facilitating for others, and learn the ways in which I can do this. So thank you to my clients. You know who you are. The flowers themselves over these years have shown me this deep-rooted fear of humanity, our fear of separation, our belief of separateness. And they have offered me wisdom into alchemizing these fears. They have shown me the potential for all of life and all of this reality that we find ourselves traversing, and the potential of infinite beauty, of walking the beauty way, a way of remembering, of reverence and of reciprocity, a way of resonating in harmony with all other. So together with my soul, this has allowed me to weave a tapestry of teachings, a fabric for mentoring others to walk the beauty way. So if you have come this far through my sharings of my journey and where it has led me and landed me, I will share with you sort of a little bit about these new offerings that I have woven. So these range from intentional healing with flower essence therapy, to reconnecting with nature, to deepening your devotional practice with the flowers, to healing yourself and sharing the flower medicine for the collective evolution. So the Beauty Way kind of has 4 aspects to it, and I've designed it this way so that there's something for everyone at the current phase of life they are in, and at the, I guess, calling stage that they are in with the flowers. So the first phase is the gateway, and this one is my 1-to-1 flower essence therapy package. So this is introducing or returning you to the practice of flower essence healing. So together we will kind of work with the flowers so that you can enter your own individual healing portal, meeting the energy of the flowers and what it is that they can offer you. So this is somewhat of my kind of current offerings that I do with 1-to-1 therapy, but in a more intentional, committed way, I would say. So this involves 3 months or 3 sessions of flower therapy. So these are reciprocal inquiry sessions, and 3 remedies custom formulated for those sessions and in those sessions. And with this, you will get voice and text message support throughout the time working together, as well as a bunch of resources I have collated and built out that will sort of enhance this journey with the flowers. So you can take this package over a maximum of 4 months to give you a little bit of space in there for how it is you're working with them. But so this is exploring flower essences to really shift your energy, begin healing your core wounds, and to reconnecting you with your roots. So if you are a client that has already worked with me, you can reach out to me, and I'm going to offer you for a little while, I guess, a bit of a transitional kind of package. So get in touch if you're wanting to know what that may be or look like. Those who have entered the gateway have the option then to moving through the passageway. So this begins our flower essence healing and mentoring package. So we're going to continue with the flower healing for your personal evolution, as well as begin to learn the philosophies of the flowers that they have shared with me, implementing these lessons and teachings to deepen your reconnection journey with them. So we'll learn to connect to the flowers and the flower archetypes as you implement them for your healing, which will amplify your ability to learn through them and become an apprentice of their wisdom. We'll begin building an awareness of how the flowers are working uniquely for you. So this is one for those who are really being called to deepen their healing and growth with the flowers. Learning the archetypes of the flowers and my own, I guess, interpretation of the flowers that we're working with, I see as such a powerful practice, and it's something that we've been doing in the blooming group container, and it just makes such a profound shift and difference in the way that we show up to working with them and the curiosity and awareness we're building with them. So I just think that learning to work with them in this way is, something that everyone should do, whether you are trying to intentionally create a offering for others or whether you are just building this practice of healing yourself. So this package includes 3 deep flower therapy and mentoring sessions, 3 custom formulated remedies, 3 extra a little bit shorter mentoring sessions throughout this time as well, so we can look at what it is that the flowers are bringing up for you and how it is that you can relate back to that and learn through that, as well as the voice and text message support throughout this time and the maximum 4-month period to complete this over. So, that gives you, with those 2 packages, 6 months of this deep healing and connecting, reconnecting. And I think that intentionally working with this medicine for a period of that time is in itself absolutely life-changing. This is not about me and my services. This is about the medicine and sharing it with you and the power that it holds. And I'm here to guide you through that and hold space for you as you move through that. But the capacity that the flowers themselves hold over a period of this time is something that will create profound and lasting transformation. So following on, after we've moved through the passageway, we find ourselves at the way of devotion. So again, this is a flower essence healing and mentoring package. And this is learning the language of the flowers and implementing flower healing as a devotional practice in your life. So I will take you through attuning yourself to the unique language that the flowers hold for you, which is different for every individual. I will take you through creating ritual and reverence with the flowers to connect back to nature in a more intentional and devoted way. And I will guide you in plant communication and divining their messages so that you can ultimately create your own flower essences from nature directly. So we'll do all of this while continuing your journey of healing with the flower remedies that we formulate. And the most magic part is this all kind of interconnects and weaves itself together, because as you are learning these things, the flowers are not only healing you in all of your uniqueness and current life happenings, but they are creating this new way of being and functioning. And we'll be learning to sort of work in devotion to the flowers, not only to receive from them, but to give to them. So you will kind of discern your personal flower essence healing approach for healing yourself and others too. So again, this is 3 deep flower therapy and mentoring sessions, 3 custom formulated remedies, 3 more deep mentoring sessions, and again, the support throughout and the resources throughout. So from here, you can kind of feel into whether this is a practice that may be something you want to share with others as well. And so you can move into this last package if you desire in a couple of different ways where you're intentionally sort of implementing the teachings and the learnings from all that we've covered to continue to heal yourself with this medicine and this modality. Or you can also kind of intertwine this with learning to share this to others. So in the package Nature's Way, this is a flower essence mentoring package. And so within this, you, I guess, learn to become a forever student of nature. You attune to your own soul's evolution for continued personal healing and growth. And you are building a relationship with discerning and refining your own teachings of the flowers, whether that be for yourself or for yourself and others. So building this sort of trust in the flowers and in yourself and how it is that they're calling to be used and shared by you. So this is, again, 3 deep mentoring sessions where I will guide you to formulate your own remedies. The remedies will be provided from myself, but they will be that which you have witnessed your human and your soul are calling for. So you will also have the support, 3 extra mentoring sessions throughout, and the resources. So this is a much more sort of in-depth mentorship in creating this intentional, devoted practice of flower essence healing for yourself to sort of continually commit to your highest calling and your journey. And if you choose, you can also walk the beauty way and kind of commit to this entire journey as one. But like I said, I have woven this to be a exploration for wherever you are at in your current phase of existence. So I just want to thank you for listening in as I ramble on slowly about this offering, but you know, like I mentioned, I've created this out of the knowing that and the learning that this is where I'm meant to land right now, and that the flowers have guided me to this place. So if you are feeling called to the flowers and to working with myself in this way, I would absolutely be honored to guide you through this and to mentor you in this experience and in this initiation and exploration. And if you would like to, you can schedule a free connection call with me to see if this offering feels aligned, or if you would like to ask any more questions. Obviously there's a lot more sort of detailed aspects to these offerings, but I trust that if this is for you, you will find your way here and to me and the flowers. I just want to say as well that this really lights me up and brings me so much joy to offer this, and it kind of feels like this is a place where I was always meant to end up. And as corny as that may sound, I believe it so much, and I'm just so excited to take you all where you're meant to go. And thank you for listening in today, and I will be back next week with a new episode that isn't just talking about my offerings. But I hope that everyone did take something away from this conversation, even if these are not for you. So thank you again, and I will see you all next week. I should probably tell you that if you are interested in any of these offerings, you can head to my website at hekahealing.com.au/thebeautyway. You can also find my Instagram at Heka Healing Flower Therapy, and Heka is spelled Heka. You can also learn more about this podcast on Instagram at the Flower Prophecies. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. I would love to hear from you if you are a previous client or a current client of mine and would like to share your experiences, if this sort of has brought anything up for you.